Channel 7 Eyewitness News at 6.
We are following breaking news this evening. A man with a broken leg, a rescue underway. Newscopter 7 high over the scene. Shannon, fill us in.
Yeah, and we are watching this rescue underway. This is all happening at a construction site at 200 Hamilton Avenue, and I've got to tell you, I have never seen a rescue quite like this one. Apparently, this was a worker who was on top of this crane, and we're just going to keep this shot in close for a minute here, but we will eventually give you some perspective on this. But he was on top of a crane several hundred feet in the air. We're not quite sure what went wrong, but he obviously hurt his right leg. You could see that workers, about a dozen of them, came up onto that crane with him between the fire department and EMS, and they secured his leg, and then they put him in a harness. And what you are seeing now is them trying to get him down to street level. Now, they just literally removed part of the railing from the side of that crane, and he is now dangling from the side of that crane. I'm just going to pull this shot out for a second to give you some perspective on exactly what's happening here, because the faith this man must have in the people who are helping him is tremendous. You see him there at the top of the crane. We're going to bring you down a couple hundred feet, about 150 feet to roof level, and that is where the fire department is waiting for him to put him on a backboard, and he still has another 150 feet or so to get down to ground level by Barker Avenue. That is the side of the construction site that this is all happening on. So you can see where they removed part of that railing. They literally helped him, pushing him off the side, and he is now strategically and carefully being lowered. He was tethered into a harness just a few minutes ago, and they've even stationed some of the fire department officials on the way down the crane, because there's long lines of ladders that go up that crane just to sort of guide him down and help him along. On the positive side, it is a leg that is apparently broken. We're not sure the extent of the injuries, but initial reports are that he did in fact break his leg. The positive here is that he is conscious, he is alert, and he is clearly extremely calm. You can see waving to his fans of other workers that were on the construction site as well. Obviously, all work has halted as this rescue is underway, but you see him holding on to the tether that is holding him to the top. He's got a harness around his middle, and then he's got that blue strap you see around him. That is guiding him in the right direction so that he gets down to the roof at the appropriate spot where the fire department is waiting. I'm just going to pull this shot out for you once again to give you an idea on the progress, because it's really going much quicker than I thought. I'm going to say he's about halfway down, not quite halfway down at this point. Again, you imagine that he must be in some kind of pain. Whatever happened to him up there, if he fell, if he got his leg twisted in some of the metal of that crane, we are not sure at this point, but he was clearly in pain, but still able to joke with his rescuers. We have fire department and EMS up above. Now the question is going to be, as they slowly lower him to the roof level, they're going to get him in that backboard, and then they still have to get him down to street level. The landing, I'm sure, is going to be a little difficult, but I think they're going to be able to stop him in enough time to be able to outstretch his leg and help him to the roof. But again, even once he gets to the roof, this is not quite over. Here we go. We've got the fire department there, able to catch him. They've got the backboard getting into place, and they're literally pulling him. He's tethered from the top, and that's guiding him down, and then they're pulling on those tethers from the other side to make sure that he winds up in the exact spot that they need him. Obviously, this is a situation that they have trained for. I can't imagine there have been many rescue attempts like this, several hundred feet up in the air on a crane, but they quickly got at least a dozen rescuers up to that crane with him. They put themselves in harm's way, taking off that railing so that they could lower this injured worker to the roof below. So as they start to position him onto this backboard, and look at how calm he's being. He's just holding onto his tether. He's doing exactly what the rescuers are asking of him, and you can imagine the amount of pain that he is in. They've gotten him down. The first half of this rescue is now completed, so they're going to be able to untether him. Look at him. He's even able to help himself. He's helping to untie some of these ropes, but remember, we're only halfway there. He is now sitting on a backboard on the roof of a construction site. So we're going to bring this shot out again for you to give you an idea. You see, fire department has a tower ladder up. Look at how far stretched that is onto Baxter Avenue. So they still have to get him down from there, but I think the most difficult part of this rescue is complete, and they'll be be bringing him to the hospital soon to get him some treatment now that they've stabilized him and gotten him off the crane. Reporting live over White Plains, Shannon Sohn, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Shannon, you talk about a delicate and precarious operation. You'd have to think that was the only option for the rescuers there on the scene to bring that man down. Glad to see that he is at least halfway there, and the hardest part, yes, is hopefully now over. Thanks for the play-by-play, Shannon.
Of course.
Good evening, everyone. At 6 o'clock, I'm Joe Torres.
And I'm Sandra Bookman. Bill and Liz have the night off.